actually to honor our most recent scholarship recipients, Madam Fabian Sundufu, as well as Mr. Dominic Cisse, who have recently been awarded the NOSLINA scholarships to pursue their master's degree in public health at Jala University. So congratulations. Very, very competitive process. We had over 300 applicants, and these two individuals stood out like you would not believe. They not only did the most amazing essays, when we had our Zoom interview, they impressed us, and we overall, those of us on the scholarship committee, including David Sinjona, who's also a Jala University alum, was very, very impressed. This is a somewhat casual setting, so the purpose of this evening truly is for us to mingle, talk to one another, but most importantly for our scholarship recipients to see many of you who are in the healthcare industry who are effecting positive change in Sierra Leone. That is the ultimate goal of this. What are people who have degrees such as yourself that you're aspiring to receive, what are they doing for our country? So I'm hoping that you'll be able to mingle, you'll be able to hear some words of wisdom, and overall just enjoy good company, good people, good food, good libations. Yeah? So thank you and welcome, and we will just have them, we'll move the evening along. I'll have some people say a few words. Let's not be wordy, but we will talk as we're eating because we really don't want to stifle the evening with a lot of speeches. So thank you again, welcome, welcome, and I hope you enjoy your evening. Close to the late, great John Davis Cole. Tell us a little bit about the person who the scholarship is named after. So Davidson, if you don't mind, please.
Speaking on behalf of the family, I am, in addition to being a member of the family, Dr. John Davis Cole was a very good friend of mine. We talk quite a lot when I do visit them in the US because I was also moving around. John's love for public health has always been endless. Starting in his younger days in Sierra Leone Grammar School, then Fuabe College, University of Sierra Leone, he took every opportunity he could to further his education and expand the need to develop his expertise in the field of science and research. John attended the University of Jos in Nigeria, where he earned a graduate degree in applied entomology and parasitology. However, in his usual self, John fashion, he had to outdo himself, attending Fuabe College once again, where he earned a PhD in vector-borne diseases. This was the beginning of a wonderful journey for John and his pursuit of becoming a community partner for change. He moved to Kenya, where he worked for ICIPE, the International Center of Insect Physiology and Ecology. Here it traveled around the world, collaborating with communities and partners, identifying living agents such as parasites that carry and spread diseases. John thoroughly enjoyed his work, but also had a natural God-given talent of camaraderie. When John moved to the US with his family, as always and unstoppable, he continued on with his studies and eventually worked his way up to the ladder and became the chief epidemiologist for the Washington, D.C. Department of Health. This is exactly where John needed to be, and I truly believe this is also where God placed him. He did not take his position lightly. Not only was he an impeccable leader, but he was an absolute agent for change, leading several initiatives that will positively alter his community and improve the lives of many. John was relentlessly during many of the public health emergencies, working tirelessly during the fight against community obesity, school-spread viruses, Ebola, and more so during COVID. He never skipped a beat and stayed on the front lines throughout the entire pandemic. As you can see, John relished his career in the field of public health. He loved it so much that he inspired his daughter, Olive, who also got involved and introduced her into the public health service, where she had been a nursing officer for over 14 years. It could not have been prouder. John had a quiet disposition, but could make everyone in the room roar with absolute laughter when he wants to do that. He lived a life focused on love, loyalty, integrity, discipline, and constant growth. He was very enthusiastic about public health and always believed that with an efficient and strong public health system, more than 80% of the community's problems could be resolved. This scholarship is a dream come true for John, and he always spoke about supporting the development of a public health sector in Sierra Leone. It is sad that, and unfortunate, he's not here to share this dream. But as a family, we know that he is watching us work very hard, and that his passion and influence lives on to support his beloved country. His wife Nancy, who is not here with us, children Emmeline and Olive, and immediate relatives are extremely grateful to NOSLINA and Tim for making his dream come true. On behalf of all of us, we say thank you to NOSLINA.
Did not initially want to join NOSLINA because he was tired of these organizations. You know, there are so many organizations in the country, in the United States, and there were issues with some of them. And I worked on him and gave him my word that he will be fully supported as a member of NOSLINA. We did not even anticipate at that time that he would become chairman as well. So really, what he did for NOSLINA during very troubled times, he was able to handle the chairmanship of the board in such a manner that he created an environment where people felt the need to work together. And this is why when I was asked to chair the fundraiser in his memory, I gladly accepted it because I admired his work. This was a dedicated man. He had frustrations, you know, all his organizations. So I want to thank John very, very, very much from the bottom of my heart for accepting my consistent persuasion for him to join us and for delivering his best. He was committed, a sound and highly respected epidemiologist in the Washington DC area, and a respected Sierra Leone. Now, NOSLINA was founded in 1999, and basically the aim of that organization was to consolidate all our activities in the United States in particular, and North America, to see how Sierra Leoneans can get together to promote our interests, as well as to get into several areas in which we believe we can contribute. So we started off with several conferences, highly successful conferences, where we pulled scholars from various parts of the world and academics. It was a unique body at that time, and still in so many ways unique. So we've done quite a lot academically. We've done quite a lot in terms of sectoral interventions. We sent during, I believe it was Ebola, where we sent shiploads of medication. And during COVID, we were able to provide masks. At one time, I believe we even provided dustbins in Freetown. So this is the kind of organization NOSLINA is. We do not claim to represent all Sierra Leoneans, but I think we can safely say that we claim to represent the best interests of Sierra Leone. We hope and pray that as we continue, we've diverged a little bit, but we're still on track in terms of representing the best interests of our country and to see how it can be manifested.
Dr. Demby would take a few moments to talk to our scholarship recipients, offer them some words of advice, something that can excite them about going into the field of healthcare in Sierra Leone today. We would most appreciate it. Dr. Demby, please.
John Oliver Davis Cole. For recipients of this award, you're receiving an award from a very, very distinguished Sierra Leone, we should all be proud of. But he and I sat next to each other on a wet bench. We walked our way through Foro Bay College, and it was a very, he was one of the most organized, most thorough guy that you could ever share a wet bench with. And so, to cut a long story short, this was in the late 70s. So folks, do the math. It's a long time ago. But for us to go all over the world and end up in Washington, D.C. is remarkable. John Oliver Davis Cole was the head epidemiologist for the state. We reached the state of the District of Columbia, the seat of government, the seat of the whole of the United States. He was the top epidemiologist there. And on the other side, I was the director of the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief. I was working in 88 countries around the world, managing epidemiology. So could you imagine two Sierra Leoneans from this tiny little country sitting in Washington, D.C., driving public health for D.C. government, driving global health for the U.S. government, two Sierra Leoneans sitting next to each other. It was just incredible. And, in the midst of everything, you pick up the phone and just call them, and you know who you're talking to. You pick up the phone and call me, who he's talking to. So that's the kind of person he is that we're celebrating today with the support from NOSLINA. And so for people who are receiving this award, you're stepping into huge shoes. Epidemiology is understanding diseases, understanding the burden of disease, and understanding disease trends. If you understand the disease, you understand its burden, you understand its trends, what's next? You're able to stop it. You're able to break the chain of transmission. And it's not the kind of thing that you see one patient and you deal with one patient, you're saving one patient. You're saving communities, you're saving nations, you're saving the world. And so if one is looking for something to do that's meaningful, to mankind. Public health it is. Epidemiology is even more profound. I would say in Sierra Leone, yeah, we struggled a little bit with the Ebola outbreak in year 1. But year 2, we were able to bend that curve and drop and contain the outbreak. When COVID came, we were so prepared that even today people don't believe what happened in Sierra Leone. At the lowest infection rate, we had the lowest mortality in the world because of the experience of public health. And the cool thing about public health is it's not dramatic. It just happens. So as people were struggling, oh, you should be using masks, you should use hand sanitizer, you should social distancing. Sierra Leone, even before the first case arrived here, we set in motion public health interventions. Public health is public health with a capital P. It means the public. It means a partnership between healthcare providers and the public they serve. When you have that harmony, when you have that union between the service providers and the public that you serve, you form a team. Nothing can overcome your ability to contain outbreaks. If you have healthcare workers who think they know everything, they go, have all of the answers. Let's say you have the best vaccine, you have the best medicine for Ebola. If this person doesn't come to the hospital, if this neighbor doesn't tell you that, if the parent doesn't tell you that my daughter is sick, your vaccine and your medicine is completely meaningless until you build a relationship with the public. So, recipients of this award, I think you have an opportunity here to step up in the shoes of John Oliver Davis Cole.
We're here.
And I hear people say, we aspire for the skies. But why are you aspiring for the skies when John Oliver was there already? That should be your starting point. That's not where you go to. That's where you take off from. And I think Sierra Leone is very, very small. But we don't apologize for our ambitions. We don't apologize for thinking big. If I thought big, if I was worried, I would be sitting in Jerome, my little village. But we are aspiring for big things, you know. And so don't be intimidated by anything. Yeah? If this little guy from Jerome playing in the dust with no shoes or whatever could head the global effort of the U.S. government, you could do better. Yeah? If John Oliver could come out of Freetown, yeah, and run the D.C. government's epidemiology, the seat of the U.S. government, you could do better.
Absolutely.
So put down on your shoulders, be ambitious, don't settle for mediocrity, it's not in his lexicon, and try to make your impact here, yeah, but if you go out, always come back.
Amen.
And bring everything you can to make Sierra Leone even better. I think, you know, this camera here could attest to that. You know, when you walk around, you do all of that stuff. The proof of everything is coming home and giving back and putting people on your shoulders so they can see more. So that's what you received today from John Oliver and from NOSLINA, and we're here to support you. We'll create the landing zone for you so that when you graduate, we'll give you the opportunities to excel.
Here, here.
So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for, I hope you hear what he has said. I hope you get it. John Davis Cole was a huge disciplinarian. huge disciplinarian. For him, it was black and white. You did right, you did right. You did wrong, you did wrong. When he finished his first term as executive director for NOSLINA, we all wanted him to do a second term. Chancellor and principal of Jala University to say a few words on behalf of the university.
Madam Chair, I'm profusely gratified to heartily join NOSLINA for us to honor, as it has come from our minister, our two awardees, Mrs. Fibian Sonufo and Dominic Sise. The institution that is today known as Jala University started in 1910 as a national research station and metamorphosed from a national research station to a national agricultural training center. But from 1910 to 1939, it was a national research station. And you could never believe that what became the first oil palm that was an improved variety that is grown today in Southeast Asia was developed by Sierra Leoneans at that national research station. Then in 1939, it became a national training center. And in 1964, then we came up to call it Jala University College. I will give you a small citadel of something relating like a poem about Jala, because this is a very interesting year for Jala University. So, but I vouch to be giving you public lectures, and one of it that I'm going to focus is endocrine disruptor mechanism, because we are now seeing mutations happening several places from emerging and re-emerging infectious diseases. So I will try to see how I can come at public lectures at my own time. I'm not a formal lecturer as I used to do. It is my singular honor to thank you this night, and I believe the honor for Jala University will be taken from here to other steps that will be renowned as we move along. For those that you have honored in the past, they are excellently performing, and I believe the others will follow, and we deeply appreciate the support you have given. But I've never heard about John Oliver Davis Cole as I've heard it today. So I am thrilled that I would like to ask this gathering for us to give him again once more a minute silent prayer in this holy month for God to forgive him more. Let us pray. Amen. Amen. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Jala University is not Mokunde. I want to seize that again from this table. Jala University is simply Jala. Jala University itself is sitting in the mouth of the Taya River. So that's why they call it Jala. It's not Mokunde. Jala existed many years before the Mokunde village existed. So we should not be relating Jala to Mokunde. Although Mokunde is no longer distinct from the existence of Jala, but Jala is not Mokunde. It is fondly called Jala. You want to call it the original seat of Jala is Jala. Let us know that from today. And Jala in 1964. Again, this is very historical. It's a rich history from the United States. Was established from the land grant land grant support for them to run programs in undergraduate in 1964. But at that time to this point, the university has metamorphosed and is even contending at the moment that it is a leading university in Sierra Leone. We are the only university that have completed our first semester. And we have reopened today. And we'll start our second semester by Monday. So that shows you what Jala is. In terms of programs that we offer, complementary to what the country requires, we are doing a lot in education. We are doing a lot in agricultural research and extension. We are doing agricultural engineering. We are doing agribusiness. We are doing animal science. We have recently operationalized paraveterinary medicine. We are doing business and information technology. We are doing a lot of environmental sciences and quality management. And it was from this region that the public health was born. And the godfather of that public health in Jala University is myself. And we are doing also a lot in community health sciences. We are doing a lot in social sciences and law. We are doing natural resources management. We have recently opened a new campus in Banff that is going to do maritime studies and hotel management and hospitality. We have again expanded in the field of education, and now we have a school of basic education focusing on early childhood education. We are doing anthropology at the moment because we learned a lot from Ebola and COVID, and the first crop of PhD, two of them, will be graduating this year in anthropology. We are doing general medicine and surgery today, and as I speak, we have 72 students in the pre-med class. I believe we have reported to you, sir. These are just few of the most important programs in Jala. Jala is currently offering 112 programs in 10 schools. I may come to tell you where and what are those schools. After the 2005 Universities Act, we became autonomous, but we have been in a very good love with University of Sierra Leone, and we divorced in 2005. After our divorce, we created two campuses at first, the Jala campus in Moyamba district, and the Bo campus taking Kowama and Towama location in Bo and Tikonko, and the postgraduate predominantly in Freetown here as a location. We have recognized this university nationwide because there is no workplace in Sierra Leone that you can go without seeing Jala students or Jala graduates working. Even if you go to the law firm, you can find Jala students working in their computers. That is very exemplary of Jala University. And for us, for everything that Jala wants, we are Jala's package at any time as long as we went through that university. And we'll continue to work for Jala until we create other greater expectations for this country. As I speak, there will be a fruitful, inspiring completion of the establishment of Kowama campus with 3 other schools: the School of Medicine, the School of Public Health, and the School of Nursing. And this is already on site. Programs are ongoing. It's just a familiar invitation of authorities to put their bricks on what we want to call Kowama campus. But this is now on site, and it has been approved by Senate and Court, and we have informed the regulatory bodies to ensure that this works for Jala as soon as possible. We look forward to this gathering, our current locations, to address urgent needs including sustainable alternative energy, water supplies, roads, transportation, housing, investment opportunities, to name but a few. She gave us all She has inspired a lot. A lot of them are on this table as we sit. She has given dedicated mission to Sierra Leone, unwavering support, professional. So, as a beautiful, strong, and intelligent change in needs for our society transformation, Jala makes us present in all workplaces, at home and even abroad. So one such value addition that we should witness this evening is the scholarship that our colleagues, our students and their colleagues sitting here have seen what they have attained. Congratulations to Sondufu and congratulations to Sise. I would like to see you too very soon upon your completion with a 4.7 or 4.8 grade in your final grade point average to quickly start your PhD. And for you, Mr. Sise, the new program we have introduced, the feed epidemiology, for which it is part of Davis Cole's entity, is going to be where we are going to break you into pieces. Definitely, so that you will earn him what they have given you tonight. And let me give a little flame of understanding about what Jala has been and what it is today. Jala started with 3 schools from 1964 to 2005. But after 2008, we have continuously grown and we have fully established 10 schools. We have the School of Agriculture and Food Sciences, we have the School of Education, we have the School of Basic Education, we have the School of Basic Sciences, and that is where we are combining with the medical school to be able to create a sort of bridging class and advance a basic science in physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology for 2 consecutive years. The pre-med students, before they really open their intelligence to the pre-med and to the pre-clinical and continue until they finish within the other 5 years. So they are working hand and glove to train those students. We have the School of Environmental Sciences, we have the School of Natural Resources Management, we have the School of Technology, the School of Social Sciences and Law, the School of Community Health Sciences, which is really very soon is going to metamorphose into a College of Medicine. The School of Postgraduate Studies. And on our roadmap, Koama campus is expected to be established by the end of 2nd semester. And that is likely to happen either in August or in September, because we want to see that we go through the rubrics of establishing a deputy vice chancellor and deans. But those ones are customized procedures. It goes through a lot of searching, interviews, and sourcing from TEC and the ministry before it's established. But we are likely to accomplish this and get the Koama campus established by September. There is going to be another additional school in Jala campus that will be called the School of Veterinary Medicine. I do not want to talk much about the Bond campus because the Bond campus is in its creation. And we have established the campus, we have appointed the superintendent. It is yet a superintendent because it also has to go through the rubrics of procedures and processes. But for us to be able to operate, we have started diplomas and few bachelors in education, hotel management and hospitality, and diplomas in some aspects of maritime studies. So that one is within our purview, for which no governance can judge us why we have started, or no regulatory body. But we hope that in the same time, in September, that place will also be well established. So our recent achievements have been the establishment of the Bond campus and transforming it from its old name of Bond Technical Institute. And this was done on the 15th of April 2023 under the leadership as the third campus of Jala University, and the first matriculation ceremony was conducted on that same day. This event was graced by the Deputy Minister of the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education, several senior representatives of that municipality, and within the chiefdoms that are governed by the chief authorities and other local governance that attended the occasion. The superintendent, as I said, has been presented to coordinating committee on the 1st of August, and he's now working his station in Bond. A lot is going on. We have written a proposal for Bond to see government's attention of $35 million for us to be able to establish a campus and see it functional. That document is yet circulating under discussion. When once it reaches the corridor where attention can be given immediately. But at the same time, we are meeting our own private partners for BOT, and two of those partners have showed up. We are about to go into the processes to sign a contract. Once more, ladies and gentlemen, I want to profusely thank NOSLINA. If the need will arise, we'll make Jala University part of NOSLINA, because we are going to ask our own colleagues that we are communicating with in America that NOSLINA is doing something, join NOSLINA and do something. Yeah. This unwavering support you are giving is an invaluable provision, and we respect it. Jala believes such strive will keep us in excellent unity of purpose for sustainable development of Jala in particular and the nation at large. At this moment, I thank you all, and may Almighty Allah bless and reward us abundantly in this holy month of Ramadan. Thank you, and God bless you.
Before our awardees say a few words, Professor Rashid Ansumana was going to come this evening to just tell us a little bit about, specifically about the public health program at Jala. Unfortunately, he has been taken ill and is unable to be here. However, we have Professor Kemal Rogers here, who will briefly tell us a little bit about the public health program at Jala University, since it is the one that NOSLINA is currently supporting. We'd like to just hear a few words about it, sir, if you don't mind. Thank you so much.
I'm stepping in for Professor Ansumana, who is the dean. And I will tell you a little bit about our public health program rather than public health generally, because we've had some of that from the minister. But one thing I can say, he mentioned that the best way, or perhaps a better way to realize yourself, is to come back to Sierra Leone and make your contribution. So in that light, 2 years ago, I was encouraged by the Vice Chancellor here and other members of the academic and also administrative team at Jala University to come. I'm located from the UK, where I was teaching over many years, and I must say that I feel fulfilled that I did that. Because the money might not be here, there is the satisfaction, and also the appreciation is evident, and the students that have acquired the award today, I thank NOSLINA, because I was teaching them this afternoon. Some in Bob, some in Freetown. So we have been innovative somehow. What we tend to do, if I'm in Freetown, teaching in Freetown, then I can virtually invite those on Go campus to join us. And as Lady Sondufu can testify, she was journeying to Freetown, but she was still able to participate in the lectures. So, and one thing about Yala University, or what I have liked over the years, is that the courses are not static. Public health, we go from diploma to undergraduate, BSc, to masters, and to PhD programs. And I teach across those. And we have, because of what we have seen public health developing into, even the undergraduate program, we now have epidemiology and biostatistics, environmental health, and also behavioral sciences. And when you go on to do the master's program that these people are registered on, there are various areas of specialty. So that is how our public health runs. And of course, we do know that any aspect of funding is appreciated, enormously appreciated, because that will lift the burden of the students who have acquired this funding to undertake their studies. I remember when this funding round was advertised, and very many students approached me to be a referee or to support their applications, which I did. But with gratitude, we wish to thank NOSLINA for awarding this student, Mr. Sise and Lady Sonia. And we appreciate that very much. As a way of gratitude, we didn't forget to show one. So in that light, perhaps the VC would like to throw a light on what we have here for NOSLINA.
Professor Blake, we would like you to please move a bit closer. You see, for society to create a niche, there should be some form of accolade. We are calling on the executive director for you to handle this gesture of appreciation that will keep your scholarship in good faith for the benefit of Sierra Leone and the world. This is given to her, all membership of NOSLINA, for somebody who deserves it to wear it. It has to be you, fine. It has to be her, fine. But for somebody to wear it in one of your meetings in America, and remember that Jala University gave one of their appreciations in a token. We hand this over to you, and we hand it over to the executive.
No, I'm going to hold it first. No, this is so indeed. Congratulations again. This is an achievement that we continue. Incidentally, I've listened to the speeches, and one thing that I think we should do is to recognize academics around here who have excelled and continue to excel in their respective areas of specialization, both in Sierra Leone and abroad. For example, I'm talking about Dr. Muriel Harris, who is sitting next to me. Okay? She's Muriel. She's a professor of public health. And her special area social behavior, right? Exactly. So when it comes to issues of epidemics and things like that, these are people who we need to cultivate. Absolutely. So if there are other professors or public health practitioners who are around, I told you, they know we used to get together academics, investing, and all these other people. This is our tradition. So please, if there's any other person around, you know, Dr. Neil Harris, any other person who is involved in public health, let us enjoy that network. Sooner,
Interestingly,
we are this beautiful.
Professor Mirla was one of the external reviewers of the public health we are talking about. You see? And without her, it should not have been approved by TEC.
Please, let's give her a hand.
And I'll go one step further. NOSLINA is around to do what we do because of the support financially and emotionally and psychologically that we get from people like you. So while we give Dr. Harris all the accolades for everything she does professionally, I want to personally thank her for being a NOSLINA major donor. And we thank you for that. She believes in us. And we thank you for that. Now, how many people here are affiliated or have been to Jala University? Hands up! Yay! There you go. We have quite a bit of representation. I do thank you for this. From the on behalf of NOSLINA, I'm going to wear it proudly. It is a very pleasant surprise. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
And I report the gift to the board.
Yes, report it to the board.
We're very concerned about
I think there's enough cameras here. A former recipient of one of NOSLINA's scholarships to say a few words about his experiences having gone through the process of being a NOSLINA recipient. And then last but not least, we will give our current awardees an opportunity to say a few words. So Mr. Abdullahi Kondoa went through the NOSLINA Saduba law scholarship. Is that correct? That was the title, right, sister? And he went through Fordham College, and he was blessed enough to go through the scholarship program where he did receive his law degree. So we'd love for you to share a few words about what your experiences were.
I'm very much humbled to be given the opportunity this evening to be here and to give a word of appreciation. And I'm Abdullahi Kondoa. I am a legal practitioner in Sierra Leone and also a recipient of the Mohamed Saduba Scholarship. Mohamed Saduba was a legal practitioner in the United States of America. He passed away a few years ago. So as a result, the scholarship was set up in his honor. It then catered for law students at Fordham College. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly permit me to give you a brief history of how it all started. I was admitted to study law at Fordham College in 2011. But before then, I applied twice and I was accepted twice. However, I couldn't pursue my dream course because of the lack of funds. But then, I decided to try my luck the last time in 2011. I applied, I was accepted. I had faith in my faith. And as fate could have it, I had the Mohamed Saduba Scholarship. I was later informed that the process used to award me the scholarship was very competitive. I was told by the dean then that NOSLINA asked
for the names of 3 students sent to them for them to choose among. I was told I was one among the names that were sent. This was because of my result and also my performance at the interviews. Ladies and gentlemen, after being awarded the scholarship, I studied very hard. And at the end, I came out with flying colors. I was subsequently accepted at the Sierra Leone Law School, and I was called to the bar in 2017, which qualified me to practice law in Sierra Leone. After my call to the bar, I started practicing as a private legal practitioner in one of the most reputable law firms in Sierra Leone, called the Segepo Partnership. It's a law firm that has more than 20 lawyers. And I am a senior partner and also a deputy head of chambers of the law firm. The head of chambers is a full-time practitioner, which makes it very much impossible for him to practice. So I'm therefore the de facto head of chambers of the law firm, with over 20 lawyers under my supervision. As a legal practitioner, I've tried very hard to uphold justice in Sierra Leone. And I've tried very hard to help the poor and less privileged, especially women and children in conflict with law. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our law firm has embarked in a lot of lawsuits representing deprived communities, especially mining communities that have been deprived by mining companies. We've been doing so in Moyamba district and in Bond district as well. We have helped a lot of communities acquire justice for their lands. As deputy head of chambers, I've been involved in all of this. This is no mean feat, and I thank NOSLINA for that. Mohamed Sadouba has passed away, but I'm sure in me, NOSLINA has got another Mohamed Sadouba. For the recipients of the Davis Cole Scholarship, I'd like to congratulate you. I heard that the process in choosing you was also very, very competitive. It's a no mean feat, and you should thank your stars for that. Keep it up. In you, let us have other Davis Coles. NOSLINA, I cannot thank you for such an incredible gesture. I am forever grateful for the opportunity you provided me. Your support has opened doors and shaped my future. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for making me reach my potential. Long live NOSLINA. Long live Sierra Leone. God bless us all. Thank you.
Awardees to say just brief remarks, hopefully of appreciation or generally what your thoughts are about the scholarship. And then we will allow you to either have some soup or some dessert or some coffee or some tea, and we'll play some music and we will chill. So we'd like to start with Madame Fibian Sundufu. If you don't mind, just take a few moments to tell us a little bit about you and where you are and where you want to go.
With all humility, I'm deeply honored to stand in this auspicious gathering as one of the recipients of the prestigious Dr. John Oliver Davis Cole Scholarship in order to pursue my master's degree in public health at Jala University. This scholarship is more than just financial assistance. Rather, it symbolizes profound investment to maximize my potential in order to contribute meaningfully to the advancement of public health in Sierra Leone. For this purpose, I'm just grateful unto God, as you have all had. The entire process was very much competitive, so it is indeed the Lord's doing and is marvelous in my eyes. To Him alone be all the praise. Public health is not merely a profession. It is a calling and a commitment in order to contribute to the advancement of public health issues. Therefore, I am confident that I will contribute meaningfully in these aspects. And public health also, according to WHO 2018, Country Cooperation Strategy for Sierra Leone, it was stated that the health system is faced with diverse challenges, ranging from underfunding, heavy disease burden, and insufficient human resource. So it is against this backdrop that upon completion of my course, I will, God willing, God be my helper, I will contribute to advancing public health in Sierra Leone in this aspect. Community engagement. Community engagement is a key factor in public health. Should public health activities be achieved, we have to consider the grassroots. How do we consider the grassroots? I need to engage with community stakeholders and leaders and also existing workforce to embark on awareness raising geared towards behavioral change in order to address the 3 P's: disease prevention, health protection, and promotion of well-being in order to build up healthier and more resilient communities. Also, secondly, I would like to engage on research and innovation. Innovation is quite a driving force behind health improvement. Therefore, having been equipped in my studies, I will collaborate with research institutions, locally or international partners, in order to be able to contribute to advancing public health through research, identifying context-specific solutions to address some of the health challenges through research interventions. Also, health policy advocacy. Should health implementations be achieved, policies are to be put in place. These policies, I would like to work with policymakers in order to advocate for policies that will prioritize public health and also to allocate resources, especially to the vulnerable communities. Because as Professor was saying, we need to go to our humble beginning. Because in the public health, according to WHO, because of limited human resources, you can see most of the people are based in the urban areas. So I'd like to address the local people, to engage with them so that we're able to work together as a team, because it's not a single entity job. Also, sustainable health development. Sustainable health programs. In order to build up sustainable health programs, it's not a single entity. Therefore, being a government, I would like and I vision to partner and collaborate with non-governmental organizations, other philanthropists. As some of you are here today, we have doctors especially our family members and Dr. Harris. So they will be able to sit together to identify what can be sustainable, especially in terms of improving health infrastructure, and also to embark on maternal and child health and disease prevention. I'm quite aware of the responsibility that this scholarship holds. That is to uphold and maintain the legacy of Dr. John Oliver Davis School of Blessed Memory, in whose honor this scholarship is awarded. So, I am determined to approach my study with utmost diligence and commitment in order to strive hard to keep to excellence. I want to thank you all for coming here tonight, and thank you for your audience, and most especially I'm grateful to Madam Sona Nalo, the Executive Director, who has done a great job. She is indeed a mother. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Our second award recipient, Mr. Dominic Cisse. Dominic, if you would be so kind as to share a few words with us this evening, it would be most appreciated.
I'm truly honored and appreciative of the support your organization has provided to me. Receiving this scholarship is not only a financial relief, but also a significant encouragement for me to pursue my educational and career goals. Your generosity has opened doors for me, and I'm committed to make the best out of this opportunity. And I want to assure you all that your investment in my education has not taken lightly, as I'm highly committed to maintain high educational standard and use the knowledge and skill gained to make positive impact in my domain. Once again, thank you all for believing in my potential and for supporting my educational journey. After careful consideration regarding the current public health status of Sierra Leone in these days of our Lord, Sierra Leone still struggles with serious developmental challenges and still struggles to tackle the consequences of global climate change. Amongst some are the post-COVID-19, post-Ebola outbreak, monkeypox, and now the massive partake of Kush by our youth. Which is a harmful practice and abuse of drugs, poor drinking water facilities with high risk of waterborne disease, poor hygiene practices, poor sanitation practices, inadequate access to improved healthcare facilities, high rates of malnutrition prevalence, and as well high rates of child and maternal mortality prevalence, and many other public health problems. Part of my postgraduate plan is to become a country director of a national NGO in this country, Sierra Leone, and my national NGO intends to improve the public health status of Sierra Leone through 4 interventional areas: hygiene, sanitation, nutrition, and harmful practices. As together, we will help improving the public health status of Sierra Leone by tackling the root causes of problems and creating lasting impact in the lives of vulnerable people and communities across Sierra Leone. Thank you all for your attention, and God bless you all in return.
Cecil, if you could do that for me, please, when the evening is closed. I hope you don't leave. We're going to play some music. We're going to have coffee, tea, cordials, great dessert. And I really want our awardees to have an opportunity to mingle, talk to you amazing people, talk to you movers and shakers, so they can learn a little bit about you more on a one-on-one basis. So Cecil, if you don't mind giving our thanks, I would really appreciate that.
I would like to impress upon the minds of not just recipients, potential recipients of scholarships, that the organization personified through some of us, yes, but we elevate the organization. And I think we've seen that this evening. NOSLINA stands and will continue to support. So we thank you very much for accepting this invitation. And in whatever shape or form you want to support us, please feel free to do so.
The engineering you've not had anybody. Talk about it. In fact, we are building a fabrication house. I'm the first one to do this.